Okay, so good morning, everyone. And so today we will start with the threshold voltage detailed expression and the factors which are affecting the threshold voltage. And then we will see how does the expression changes for zero substrate bias and non-zero substrate bias. So let us start and let us first define what is a threshold voltage. Now, it is defined as the gate voltage required to cause surface inversion. Now, we have seen surface inversion before. It is like in a p-type silicon substrate, we are creating an n-type layer. So that is what is called as surface inversion. So the amount of gate voltage required to achieve that surface inversion is given by threshold voltage. That is what is called as threshold voltage. So this is the final formula for threshold voltage. We will come at it, but first we'll start with the parameters, the physical parameters which are affecting the threshold voltage. Okay. So the first parameter which is affecting is the work function difference between the metal gate and the semiconductor substrate. You remember the metal is can be made up of aluminum or polysilicon, whereas the silicon substrate is made up of n-type or p-type silicon material. So there will be work function difference between them. So the first factor is phi ms. Okay. The second voltage gate voltage component required to achieve surface inversion. The second component is, required to require surface inversion. The amount of band bending is a mod of twice phi f. Actually, it should be minus twice phi f, but mod of twice phi f. Okay. The third gate voltage component required to offset the depletion region charge. We call it as a QBO or QD max. Okay, because we have a formation of a depletion layer, right? So the amount of depletion region charge inside that depletion layer is called as QBO. So that is what is also depend upon. The threshold voltage also depends upon this factor. Now, the fourth component is the gate voltage. The gate voltage component required to offset means overcome the fixed charges in the gate oxide and the silicon dioxide interface is QX. Okay. So actually the number of fixed charges in the gate oxide might be present during the manufacturing, correct? And also there might be charges present near the SiO2 interface. Okay, so these are the two components which are required. Actually here there is one more component which will come QSS. Now the last one will be the gate oxide thickness, TOX. Okay, so mathematically the threshold voltage is can be written as follows. VTO is given by, now it can be termed as VTO, VTH, depending upon the NMOS or PMOS it can be written as VTN or VTP. Okay, so VTO is given by phi ms minus twice phi f minus QBO divided by COX minus QOX divided by COX minus QSS divided by COX. Okay, and the unit is volts. So the first three parameters are for ideal MOS device, and the last two are considering the process non-linearities. Okay, there might be fixed charges in the oxide layer, or there might be fixed charges near the, at the SiO2 interface. So these are due to the process non-linearities. Fine. So what we do is, now I request you all to please note the following things, the formulas at least. Okay, so that will be easier while we solve the numericals. So note down the formula, individual formula for phi ms, phi f, QBO, COX, QOX, and QSS whenever I explain. Okay, so what we do is, these are 5 individual voltage components. So we have written VTO as V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus V4 plus V5, corresponding to this 5 terms over here. Okay, so now we'll see them one by one. So the first voltage component is V1. So I have already explained what is phi ms. It accounts for the built-in contact potential formed due to the work function difference between the gate and the silicon substrate, because they are made up of different material. Okay, so you all can note it down from here. So the first voltage component is phi ms, which is the difference between the phi f substrate minus phi f gate. Okay, so for phi f gate, if it is a metal gate, we directly use the value 0.55 volt. And if it is a polysilicon gate, we calculate phi f gate. Okay, because your polysilicon made gate will made up of, you know, n type material, n type silicon. That's why we will use we will calculate phi f gate as phi f n. Okay, and your phi f substrate, the substrate can be of p type or n type. So accordingly you have phi f p and phi f n, whereas the formulas are over here. Kt by q ln of Na upon Ni upon Na for phi fp, and for phi fn it will be Kt upon q logarithmic Nd upon Ni. Okay, so kindly note this down. Phi ms is given by, please note this down in your books, phi f substrate minus phi f gate, where for metal phi f gate is 0.55 volt, and for polysilicon gate, if they give that if it is a polysilicon gate, you have to calculate phi f gate. Fine. And for p silicon substrate it's phi f p, and for n type substrate it is phi f n, where the formulas are written. So you all can either take the print screen and keep it. I'll wait for 5 seconds. So these formulas are very important in solving the numerical related to the threshold voltage. Okay, I'll slightly move ahead now. So the second component, voltage component, that is V2, it accounts for the gate voltage required to achieve surface inversion. That is to change the surface potential by minus 2 phi f. Now you remember the amount of band bending in case of inversion is, the total amount of band bending is minus twice phi f. Okay, so the amount of band bending in p silicon substrate is already written as minus 2 phi f. That's why the second component is minus 2 phi f. Now it is actually minus 2 phi f substrate. Now again, the substrate can be p type substrate or n type substrate, depending upon the given, if the given MOSFET is NMOS or PMOS. Okay, for NMOS the substrate will be of p type, and for PMOS the substrate will be of n type. So you have to be very careful with this. So again, the formula for phi fp and phi fn will remain the same. Okay, so the second voltage component will be to achieve the surface inversion, the amount of band bending, to just create a inversion layer. I hope that this voltage component is also noted down, or you can take the print screen. Okay. Okay, so the next part is, the third component is V3. It accounts for the gate voltage required to offset the effect of depletion region charge. You remember inside the MOS structure, which we have seen, the two terminal MOS capacitor, there is a depletion layer which is created, okay, when the MOSFET is in depletion mode. Now this depletion layer is also present when the MOSFET is in inversion mode. Okay, so it is due to the immobile acceptor ions located in the depletion region near the Si-SiO2 interface. So we have to overcome this voltage, right? So the QBO, we have already derived it last time. So QBO is given by minus square root of 2QNA epsilon Si into mod of minus 2 phi f. Actually, I should have written here minus 2 phi f, and the unit is coulomb per centimeter square. So kindly write this formula down. So this is the depletion charge density at the surface inversion. Okay, and I think we are writing this formula, particularly we have derived this formula for a p-type silicon substrate. Okay, so for an n-type silicon substrate, the formula will become, the sign will become positive, and instead of Na we will have Nd. So please note that down also. So the gate voltage required to offset QBO is given by the charge upon capacitance. So Q is equal to CV, right? So we have to offset that voltage. So that's why the minus sign comes. So hence V3 is given by minus QBO upon Cox. Cox is the gate oxide capacitance. So this V3 is minus QBO upon Cox, and that is in volts. And we already know the formula for Cox, which is epsilon Ox upon Tox, whose unit is farad per centimeter square. And this is the gate oxide capacitance per unit area. I hope you have noted down the third component. Let us go to the fourth component. The fourth component is due to process non-linearities. So this fourth component accounts for the gate voltage required to offset the effect of fixed oxide charge density, QOX. Okay, so there might be, due to process non-linearities, there are number of fixed oxide layer charges present inside the oxide layer. I told you during manufacturing there can be some charges which can be trapped inside the oxide layer. Okay, and that the number of fixed oxide charges are NOx, denoted by NOx per centimeter square. Fine. So what will be fixed oxide charge density? So fixed oxide charge density is given by QOX, which is Q into NOx, okay, whose unit is coulomb per centimeter square. Hence, the gate voltage required to offset QOX is given by minus QOX upon COX. Okay, again the formula C, Q is equal to CV. So we have to offset this, overcome this voltage. That's why the minus sign. So V4 is minus QOX divided by COX, where COX formula we already know. Okay. Now these fixed oxide charges exist due to the impurities or the lattice imperfections at the Si-SiO2 interface. Okay. Now there is, I think, one more component required, V5. So V5, it's accounting for the gate voltage required to offset the effect of surface charges. Now at the Si-SiO2 surface also there can be charges present. So the gate voltage required to offset QSS charges is minus QSS upon COX. Okay, so again due to process non-linearity or during the fabrication, there can be number of surface charges present at Si-SiO2 interface, which is denoted by NSS. So the amount of surface charge density will be Q into NSS. Okay, that unit is again coulomb per centimeter square. So V5 will be minus QSS upon COX. As COX formula we already know, epsilon OX upon TOX. So these are the 5 voltage component which are present in the threshold voltage formula. So now we add them all together. So the total 5 voltage component required to create an inversion layer are this. So kindly everyone, I request everyone to kindly note down this formula. So VTO is given by phi ms minus twice phi f minus QBO upon COX minus QOX upon COX minus QSS upon COX. So please note that down. I will wait for 20 seconds. Any doubt, you all can reply in the chat box if any part is not understood, or you can raise your hand. So kindly note this formula down. This is the formula for threshold voltage of a MOS device for a zero substrate bias. Okay, I'll explain what is zero substrate bias. First, write down this formula. And it is valid for NMOS as well as PMOS. Accordingly, the formula for phi f substrate, and QBO will change. The sign will change, and instead of Na, we will have Nd for a PMOS. I hope that you all have noted down this formula. Okay. So I guess everyone must have already started with experiment number 2, which is, on based on inverters. So you must have seen this resistive load NMOS inverter. So in that we have a driver transistor, which is NMOS enhancement transistor. Here you see the substrate and the source terminal are tied together to the ground. So here is the situation where we have a zero substrate bias, that is VSB equal to 0. So in such transistors, we calculate the threshold voltage by using this formula. Okay, so this is the threshold voltage VTO formula for a MOS device, for a MOS transistor for zero substrate bias. I hope that now you understand what is zero substrate bias. Whenever the source terminal and the body terminal are at the same potential, then we have VSB equal to 0. Okay, so in such cases, we use this threshold voltage formula. Fine. Now let's take a biological break of 5 seconds. So just look away from your computer screens, just relax. Okay, so Now we find the threshold voltage formula for a non-zero substrate bias where VSB is not equal to 0. That means your source to substrate voltage is not equal to 0, right? So such situation arises. Now you must have seen this also. This is basically we are using over here enhancement type load, enhancement type NMOS inverter. This also you will be studying or you might have done this experiment. So here we have the load device. You see the driver device, the VSB is equal to 0. The source and the substrate terminal are at same potential. But over here, in the load NMOS enhancement transistor, the body terminal is at ground, but the source terminal is not at ground. That means for the load transistor, the VSB is not equal to 0. So definitely there will be some change in the threshold voltage formula. Okay, and that is what we are going to analyze right now. I hope that this point is clear. In the upper transistor, that is load transistor, the source terminal is at different potential than the body terminal or the substrate terminal. Okay, hence VSB is not equal to 0 over here. Hence there will be some change in the formula. So what is that change we are going to see now? Okay, so what is the effect of VSB? The effect of VSB is the surface potential changes. And the second effect is the depletion charge density changes. Okay, so earlier the QBO formula was given by minus square root of 2 epsilon Si Na into mod of minus twice phi f, right? Now, due to the effect of VSB, in addition to this twice phi f, we have VSB also added up. Okay, so you see the difference, drastic difference in the formula change. I'll just expand it. Yeah, so QBO changes to QB. So earlier we have just minus twice phi f, but right now we will have minus twice phi f plus VSB. Okay, so this is the amount of change. Fine. So the threshold voltage earlier it was VTO, now it has become VT. Okay, so here what is the change? Instead of QBO, we are just writing QB. Okay, this formula change. So I can write it VT as minus so phi ms minus twice phi f minus QBO upon COX minus QOX upon COX minus QSS upon COX minus of QB minus QBO upon COX. Okay, so we have just added a QBO minus QBO COX plus QBO COX. Okay, so that we write in the original formula of VTO, previous formula. So what is VT in terms of VTO? VT will be equal to VTO minus QB minus QBO upon COX, and that is for non-zero substrate bias. Okay, and now let me reduce this. So QB minus QBO upon COX, if you try to solve it, you will get this huge expression. Okay, so what will be VT given by? So VT will be given by VTO plus square root of twice Q epsilon Si Na divided by QOX into square root of mod of minus 2 phi f plus VSB minus square root of mod of minus 2 phi f. So please note down this formula. So this is the modified threshold voltage for non-zero substrate bias. Please note down this formula. This is valid for both NMOS transistor as well as PMOS transistor. Kindly note this formula down. So if you work it out, QB minus QBO, both the formulas are present. So if you subtract them, you will get this term. So kindly note this formula for VT. So VTO, O signifies over here, VT0 or VTO we can call it. It signifies that zero substrate bias. Whereas VT signifies non-zero substrate bias. Okay. So I hope that you all have noted down this formula. Now, in this term over here, which you see, square root of 2Q epsilon Si Na divided by COX is actually called as body factor or body coefficient, or we call it as a substrate bias coefficient. Its unit is volt raised to half, that is square root of volt. Okay. So the range of this body bias coefficient is between 0 and 1. It can be positive or negative, but it will be confined to 0 and 1. Fine. So this body factor can be positive for NMOS and is negative for PMOS. Just remember this fact. I hope that you have noted this down. I'll wait for 5 seconds. Okay. Okay. Now some a topic called as be mindful of polarity. So just just for your reference, phi f can be a for NMOS. For NMOS we have a p type substrate. So you calculate phi f p. So phi f p is usually negative, and phi f n, which is for PMOS, we have n type substrate. Phi f n is positive. Okay, and then QBO and QB is positive for your PMOS and it's negative for your NMOS. So accordingly the formula also will change. We will see this in numerical. VSB is positive for NMOS and negative for PMOS. Body factor is positive for NMOS and negative for PMOS. VTO or VT typically it's positive for NMOS and negative for PMOS. Okay. So be mindful of polarities. So a single mistake in the polarity can lead to a wrong answer at the end. Fine. Any doubts over here? Can anyone reply? No doubts. I can move ahead. So some indicator is there. Or else if you have any doubt, you all can type in the meeting chat or you can raise your hand. I'll wait for 5 seconds for your response and then I'll move ahead. So we have seen the expression for, yeah, just give the response. Okay. There is a hand raised by one student. So you have some doubt. Please, that student who has raised hands can, type your doubt in the meeting chat. Please type your doubt over there. I'll wait for 5 seconds for if you wish to type your doubt. Or else if you want to ask the doubt at the end, that is also fine. Okay. So I have not received the response. Okay, he told ki he will ask at the end. Okay, fine. So now let us move on to solving a numerical. Okay. Yes, sir. I will ask that person. He has responded, and he's saying ki he will ask the doubt at the end. So I'll consider his doubts after the solving the numerical. Okay. So numerical number 1. Let us concentrate on this. What is the data given to us first? Let me adjust this to everyone. Use your calculators now. It's the time to start writing in your books. So a NMOS transistor was fabricated on a p-type substrate with a bulk doping density of 10 raised to 16 per centimeter cube. Gate oxide thickness is 500 angstroms. Number of fixed oxide charges are 2 into 10 raised to 10 per centimeter square. A metal gate is used for NMOS transistor and the number of surface charges are 0. Okay, so we need to determine the threshold voltage under 0 substrate bias at room temperature, and next we need to determine the threshold voltage for substrate bias of 2 volt. Okay, so it will cover both the cases. Okay, so let us see what is the data given to us. So the bulk doping density, that means p type. So p type means it is a acceptor doping density. So Na, they are giving Na as 10 raised to 16 per centimeter cube. So write this down, Na. Then TOX, gate oxide thickness is TOX, that is given as 500 angstroms. So that is 500 into 10 raised to minus 8 centimeter. Then number of fixed oxide charges are 2 into 10 raised to 10. So that is nothing but NOx. NOx is 2 into 10 raised to 10 per centimeter square. Temperature is given as 300 Kelvin because it is room temperature, and number of surface charges are 0. That means NSS is equal to 0. Okay. So the first step is to write down this data. So please write down this data. I'll wait for 5 seconds. And we have to calculate A part VTO at substrate bias is equal to 0. And next we have to calculate VT when the substrate is equal to substrate bias is equal to 2 volt. So write this down, data down. Okay. So now, it's a good habit to write the formula first. So the threshold voltage formula for a NMOS transistor is given by, so kindly write that down. VTO is equal to phi ms minus twice phi f minus QBO upon Cox minus Qox upon Cox minus QSS upon Cox. Okay. Now, the very first step, what will be phi ms? Solve it step by step. So point number 1 I've added over here. Phi ms is given by QF substrate minus QF gate. So first of all, I have to find QF substrate and QF gate, correct? And we know that it's a metal gate. It's given over here. It's a metal gate. So hence we can directly substitute the value of phi f gate as 0.55 volt. Whenever the gate material is given as metal, we can directly substitute this value as 0.55. Whereas phi f substrate you have to calculate. So what is given over here? NMOS, right? It's an NMOS transistor. So substrate will be made up of p-type substrate. So hence you have to calculate phi f substrate. So calculate phi f substrate. The formula is given over here. Kt by Q ln of Ni upon Na. So substitute this number, substitute these values in the calculator and let me know what is phi f substrate. Okay. Accordingly, I will open this thing, paint. So phi f substrate will be, so let me know the answer in the chat box. Yes, if you remember correctly, this value we have calculated already 2-3 times. Okay, I've used the same numbers so you can understand the importance of them. Okay, I'm waiting for a few more answers. Phi f substrate, the formula is over here, Kt by Q ln of Ni upon Na. So is it the value coming out to be minus 0.35 volt? Just check this answer. You should get phi f substrate as minus 0.35. Okay. Can someone else also reply? Is the value coming all right? Hello. Please type in the meeting chat your responses. Are you all getting minus 0.35 volt? One of you have replied. I'm waiting for at least 1 or 2 responses more. Okay. So similarly, your phi f ms will be now, it's just a subtraction of phi f substrate minus phi f gate. Okay. Phi f substrate is minus 0.35 and phi f gate is 0.55. So you have to just subtract them and you will get an answer. This is pretty straightforward, 0.9. Okay. So are you getting these answers? I hope so. Now, I'll wait for 5 seconds more so that if anyone responds. Okay. So if you all have calculated phi ms, which is coming out to be minus 0.9 volt, next is we calculate QBO. Okay. So QBO formula for a p-type substrate is given by minus square root of 2QNA epsilon Si into mod of twice phi f substrate. Now twice phi f substrate we have already calculated. So it is 0.3 minus 0.35. So it is inside the mod. So it will be 0.7. We have written over here 0.7. Okay. Q is 1.6 into 10 is to minus 19. Na is 10 is to 16. And epsilon Si we have calculated earlier. It is 10 is to minus 12. So directly we can substitute 10 is to minus 12. Okay. So I will wait for 10 seconds for the answer for QBO. Anyone has found out the value of QBO? Please type in the meeting chat. So QBO will be given by, it will be minus, never a doubt. Nevertheless, its unit will be charge per centimeter square. But let me know the number. What is the number which you are getting? It will be definitely minus. So the QBO value is, can anyone let me know the value? Yes. So you are getting 47.32 into 10 is to minus 9. Yes, that is the answer actually, correct. So the value of QBO is minus 47.32 into 10 is to minus 9. So 10 is to minus 9, I write e raised to minus 9. Okay. Charge per centimeter square it is, right? So I'll just write centimeter into centimeter. Yes, yes, correct. It is absolutely correct. So you are getting minus 47.32. In fact, to be precise, it is 328. Very good. Excellent. So you have got the value of QBO. Next is very easy. Actually, this I will only write the value. QOX is QOX is Q into NOx. So what is Q? 1.6 into 10 is to minus 19, and NOx is 2 into 10 is to 10. So basically this answer will be 3.2 into 10 is to minus 9. Just check. Confirm, just confirm one of you. Is it 3.2 into 10 is to minus 9? Is it correct? QOX is 3.2 into 10 is to minus 9. Yes, yes, correct. Absolutely correct. Then next thing is we will find COX. Now COX is epsilon OX upon TOX. Okay, COX is given by epsilon OX upon TOX. So please find this number COX. So let me know the answer. We have actually used this before also. We have calculated this before also with gate oxide, thickness of 500 angstroms. We have this already have this answer with us, solved with our previous numericals. So anyone can type the answer. What is COX in the meeting chat? Yes, 70.3. Correct. Absolutely correct. 70.3 into 10 is to minus 9. Yes, yes. And the unit is farad per centimeter square. Please always write the unit. Yes, 70.3. Correct. So all those who are giving answers, you all are on the right track. Then QSS is 0. Okay, it is given no charges are there. So QSS is 0. Now, listen very, very carefully. Now we write this formula again. Listen carefully, just pay attention. You write this formula again and below you write the values. Don't directly calculate. Huh? Don't directly calculate. So you write phi ms. So phi ms you have got it as minus 0.9. Here it is twice phi f substrate. So remember there is a minus sign here also. That's why very carefully write this answer. So here it will be minus 0.7. It is QBO is again negative. So it will be like 47.328 into 10 is to minus 9, and COX is 70.3 into 10 is to minus 9. Okay. So 10 is to minus 9, 10 is to minus 9 will cancel out. So it will be minus 47.328 divided by 70.3. Again, QOX is 3.2 into 10 is to minus 9, and COX is minus 70.3 into 10 is to minus 9. So only the numbers will remain. So very carefully Write this and add them together and let me know the value of VTO. Come on. So with this, what is the value of VTO? I'll give you 30 seconds to give this answer. Very carefully do it. I will recommend don't directly calculate it in the formula. First write that down and then you split it and calculate. Because this is the last step. So basically this is for NMOS transistor. So let me know the value of VTO. You can take some extra few seconds, but give the correct answer. Okay. So what's the value for NMOS transistor? Anyone have calculated it? Yes, 0.4277. Yes, any other answer? I should get one or two more answers, then I'll write it. Yes. Okay. 0.4277 or it is 75? 4275 or 77? Yeah, I mean this much accuracy it's okay. Up till 4 digits is also okay. So I can see the responses in the meeting chat. You are getting 7.77, whereas as per my calculation I'm getting 0.4275. Yeah, so it's quite close. Wherever whoever is getting 0.4277, 0.4276, all are correct. Your plus or minus 5% deviation in VTO, it's fine, because some people take, after decimal point 2 digits or 1 digit. Okay, or some people approximate it. So all these values are correct. 0 point, it should be plus or minus 5% of VTO. Anyone else getting any other answer? Yes, correct. So you are getting 0.4277. So that's absolutely correct. So congratulations, you have solved the first numerical on the threshold voltage, and all of you all are getting the correct answers. Very good. So it's not so hard, and these type of numericals comes for 10 marks. It's nothing to be squared off. It is very, very simple if you follow it systematically. Okay. So on this note, we have to calculate the other part also. Correct. Now the numerical is not yet over. Huh? In this, the B part is you have to calculate the threshold voltage. You have to calculate the threshold voltage. Oh, sorry. For VSB equal to 2 volt. Okay. So what you do is you calculate the body factor. Okay. You calculate the body factor and let me know the answer. You remember the body factor will be gamma will be equal to what? You let me know. You know that its value will be between 0 and 1. So if you get a value other than 0 and 1, beyond 0 and 1, then it is incorrect. So let me know the value of gamma. Come on. What is the value of gamma? Anyone? The formula is square root of 2q epsilon Si Na divided by Cox. Yes, correct. So you all are giving the correct answer, 0.805. That's the value of what I'm getting, 46. Yeah, if you want to keep it till 4 digits, very good. Correct. Yes, you all are getting the correct answers. Now the last step. The last step is, you remember we have seen the expression for the VT for non-zero substrate bias. So over here a substrate bias is 2 volt. Now very, very careful. Be very, very careful in this. Now I will just stress on this point. So just last statement. So VT is given by VTO plus gamma times square root of mod of minus twice phi f. Please don't forget to write minus twice phi f plus VSB minus of square root of mod of minus 2 phi f. So over here our phi f value is minus 0.35. Remember? So what will be minus twice phi f? Minus twice phi f will be 0.7. Many people make mistake over here. Okay. So we do it very, very carefully. Fine. So just calculate this entire value of VT now. And someone can give me the value of VT. The new value of VT, the threshold voltage for non-zero substrate bias of 2 volt. So the threshold voltage VT value for 2 volt. Let me know the value. No, 4.28 is the wrong answer. 4.2846 is the wrong answer. No. VT value, VT. So VT will be VTO, which is 0.4275. Okay, I'm getting some different answers. Yeah, I am getting an answer as 1.07 is the correct answer. 1.0764 is the correct answer. Yeah. So just check once more what calculation error some of you all might be doing. 1.0767. I mean, what's the answer which we gave? 64. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So these are the answers which you are getting. So kindly recheck your answers. Yeah. 1.0766. Yeah, I am also getting 0.67, but anyways, it is up to 4 digit. So it's correct only. Okay. I'll wait for a few more seconds for a few more responses. I'm waiting for 1 or 2 responses more. So come on. We are very close to the correct answer. Final. So VT, are you all getting 1.07? Yes. Even a close to 1.07 will do. Okay, fine, 1.07. So yeah, that's it. Wonderful. So we have seen that now. That's a very important learning over here. Just see this. VTO for a zero substrate bias is 0.42. Whereas if you have a transistor where the source terminal and the body terminal are non-zero, see the effect on VT. The threshold voltage increases. Now, what is the threshold voltage basically for with respect to a MOSFET? It's basically when the MOSFET starts turning on, correct? So if you increase the gate to source voltage beyond the threshold voltage, the current starts flowing, right? And that's why the analysis of this non-zero substrate bias is also very, very important. Fine. So we can see a drastic increase in the threshold voltage for non-zero source to substrate voltage of 2 volts over here. Earlier it was 0 volt, and now by changing it to 2 volts, see the drastic increase in VT. Okay, so a transistor, an NMOS transistor will turn on at a higher voltage of VT as compared to 0.42. It was with a substrate bias of 0 volt. So this substrate bias will also influence the value of VTO. Okay, so all these things, QBO, QOX, COX, phi S, phi MS, every one will affect the value of VTO. So if you are a design engineer, you should know all these terms. Keep what all this will affect. Normally in the numericals, they might give you directly the value of VTO, but you should understand this VTO is coming from all these factors. Okay, so the entire band bending which we have studied is just minus 2 phi f. So all these things have a lot of significance. Okay. Now I just want to turn your attention ki if you have a similar numerical, same values, but a PMOS transistor fabricated on an N-type substrate, I will tell you the differences. Okay. So instead of Na, you will have Nd. And over here, just listen. Here Vt we have to calculate for VSB equal to -1. That is very obvious. So here what will change? I will tell you the changes. So for a PMOS transistor, your phi f substrate will be phi f n. So your formula will change, and your value will be plus 0.35. Okay, because it is the same value, same numbers, but it will be plus. Phi f gate will be same. Yeah. QBO formula. QBO formula for a NMOS was minus. Now here it will be plus over here. So square root of 2QND epsilon Si mod of 2 phi f substrate. So only these two changes are there. That's it. Instead of phi fp, you have phi fn, and instead of QBO formula being negative, it will be positive and with ND. So only these two changes are there. So I will recommend for you all to solve this on similar lines and calculate the value of VTO, which will be negative. Okay, so once you get the value of VTO, you can then calculate the value of VT for substrate bias of -1 volt. Also, one more change is there. The body factor is negative value. Okay, for a PMOS, it is negative value. Don't forget that. So you substitute these values over here carefully, and then you can get the answer. And be very, very careful, be very, very mindful in the polarity. It is -2 phi f. Here in this case, for a PMOS, the phi f is positive. So it will be -0.7. Okay, so just be mindful for this. So I will be sharing this PDF. You all are supposed to solve this numerical number 2, and there is a numerical number 3 also. So it is a home assignment. You all can solve it. You all can read it later. So I guess that will be it for today's topic. So today we have seen the expression for the threshold voltage for zero and non-zero substrate bias, and we have solved one numerical for the same for an NMOS transistor. Okay, so I will be stopping the the content of the lecture now, and let me stop the screen sharing. And I will also stop the recording so that I can take some few questions now.